It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Let's plop in.
Welcome back to Potty Mouth.
The show where the jokes are dirty and our minds are dirtier.
I'm Aaron. This is Blake.
How you doing?
And today on the podcast, we are talking about, well, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, and we have a few stories to tell you about that. But first, these are the last 3 episodes of Potty Mouth Season 1.
The last 3.
This week is it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that is it for Season 1. We won't be back for 2 weeks. So don't worry. 2 weeks from now on June 15th, we're coming out with Potty Mouth Fear Factor. Potty Mouth Fear Factor is a 12-episode docuseries where Blake and I face 12 of the biggest fears. And then at the end of each episode, we face those fears.
As ready as I'm going to be.
So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss out on a single terrifying second. Also, after Potty Mouth Fear Factor, we're going to take another 1 to 2 week break, and then on August 3rd, we're coming back for Potty Mouth Season 2. And this is kind of what we're excited to talk about because there are some changes coming to Season 2. We don't want to get too much into it, but if you love the show now, you're going to love it even more then.
Oh, definitely.
So just stay tuned for that. It's going to be great. And we are excited to announce that some of the brand is changing. You're going to see over the next few weeks as Potty Mouth Fear Factor comes out and then we're getting geared up for Season 2, you're going to see a lot of things changing as far as the brand is concerned. So we hope that you guys love it as much as we all here loved it. And we're super excited to announce it and talk about it and show you guys, but we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. So let's just get into our drinking stories.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you what, though.
What?
When we do Fear Factor, It's going to be 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes, it's going to be a shot before each episode. So I guess like the biggest thing about 5 o'clock, it being 5 o'clock somewhere, is where did that come from? Like, I guess we could look it up, but like we're just going to speculate.
The song?
Maybe. No, so the whole saying 5 o'clock somewhere, if for those of you that don't know what that means, it's just saying like, oh, hey, you want a drink? It's noon, really, but that's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yep.
So just saying, basically, it's never too early to drink.
Yeah.
So what is one of your most memorable, it's 5 o'clock somewhere moments?
Most of mine have probably been in college.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, granted, I was like, that's pretty much the only time I really drink.
Fair. Well, besides now.
Yeah. Well, this is something different.
Fair point.
Everyone can actually remember what we did.
True. So what's one of your most memorable ones that sticks out to you, or I guess doesn't stick out to you because you forgot it?
Oh, shoot. Let's see. Actually, I'm still trying to think of one.
Yeah?
I'm drawing a blank.
You've been out of it. Well, okay, I guess I can go into mine.
Go for it. It will probably spark one for me.
Cool. So one of my first 5 o'clock somewhere moments, actually not one of my first, but my most memorable, was actually when I was working with a buddy of mine, and he on Fridays, like it would be super busy, and so it'd get like really, really, really just annoying because people would get on edge and people would get frustrated, and then we'd all just get pissed at each other.
Okay.
Because you know how that works. And then, so he's like, hey, run over to the liquor store and buy like some Four Locos and some Wicked Red's Apple Ales and Fireball shots. And mind you, it was like 11:30 in the morning. And so I'm like, okay. So I ran over to the liquor store and I bought this stuff, and then I head back over. And I get there, and like in my head, I'm like, all right, we're gonna drink like later today, like, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna hang out, get some work done, and then we'll start drinking probably like 4 or 5 o'clock because we close at 6. So it's like not a big deal, you know?
Sure.
What I mean? And so it's like 1 o'clock, right? It's like 1 o'clock. I had just finished my lunch. and he walks in there with a Red's like Red's
Apple ale.
apple ale thing, but it's like a wicked one. It's like it's harder.
Oh, the
it's,
wicked.
Yeah, it's stronger than the actual just standard Red's apple ale.
Okay.
So he walked in there, tossed it to me, and said, "Here you go." And I'm like, "Dude, it's 1:00." And he goes, And it's 1:00.
And what's your point?
And he goes, And he goes, and I go, "Because it's 1:00." And he goes, "Baby dick." and I'm like, son of a bitch. So I take the drink, and we went through a 12-pack in like 30 minutes.
Pure pressure.
Yeah, oh yeah. But that's the thing is, like, it's 1:00 in the morning, it's 1:00 in the afternoon, but who cares? It's 5:00 somewhere.
Yeah. And it's funny. I'm really glad you went first because it actually brought up a story I never would have thought of.
Awesome. All right, cool. Let's hear it.
So I was in college, and like I was telling you guys before, I worked about 3 different jobs.
Right.
Right? And one of the jobs was catering that I did on weekends a lot of times.
Okay.
So at this time, so me and my roommate, we both worked there.
Mm-hmm.
So we were heading in and everything, and we are staying at his dad's place at the time because it was right next to the place.
Right.
So we get up early. We got there about 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, this wedding had about over 500 people showing up.
Wow.
And on average, you get about 100, maybe 150, sometimes 2.
Depending on the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you don't get the 500 top weddings, right? So
Right.
you don't have like a whole bunch of people coming in. Well, my roommate and I at the time were like, hey, you know what? I was like, we volunteered to come in early and set everything up so nobody else has to come in. I was like, we'll work the extra hours so we get paid.
Right.
But we were willing to do it so they didn't have to have as many people come in. Because most of the people that come in are high schoolers. We'd rather just do it ourselves.
Right.
Plus, we were the quote-unquote managers at that time. So we were the only ones that knew what to do.
Right.
So we go in, it's about 6 o'clock. We get done about 10. Like, it took all that time just to set up.
Dang.
And we still had more to do. But so we finally got everything set up for it. And so Dan's sitting there. And that's my roommate, by the way.
You've all heard from Dan. You've never seen him, but you've heard him.
Yeah. So we're sitting there, and my manager comes out, and she goes, hey, and she's about, I want to say she's like a year older than us at the time. So she's not really much different. She just has she was the one that hired me.
Right.
And she was like, hey, so why don't you guys go take a break? So I was like, yeah, okay. So we go down the break room, and it's like the basement.
Okay.
So
all right.
we go down the basement and pretty much a break room. And she walks down there with us, and she's like, hey, it's like, you know, you guys did such a good job. You guys want a drink? And we didn't think anything of it. Like, we thought, it was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we'll take a soda or something like that.
Oh, you're like, oh, yeah, we're working. We'll take a soda. It's fine.
I was just like, yeah, okay.
Tequila shot.
Yeah. Well, she comes back, and literally she had shot glasses out.
Oh, God. I was joking. Okay, cool. All right,
Yeah.
awesome.
So it's funny that you say that. And she brings out, like, I think it was like Jack Daniels or something like that.
So whiskey.
Yeah, and she goes, all right, and starts pouring us shots. She goes, for every table that you just did. And I said, we will not be able to work tonight if that's the case.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll take about 3 or 4 shots. After that, I'm done. And one thing you got to know about my roommate is that once he starts taking shots, he does not stop. He
Really?
wants to keep going. Like, once he starts feeling it, it's over. Like, he'll just keep going.
So he's like a blackout drinker.
Yeah.
Does he have an addictive personality?
He used to. He's a lot better now.
Calming down.
Yeah. But he's married now, so he kind of has to.
Who?
My roommate. It's a wrong Dan. It's the other Dan.
The Dan that I know.
Yeah. It's not him.
It's not that Dan.
It's the Dan I went to the wedding. Like, I was his best man at the
dude,
wedding.
I was like, wait, hold up.
It's okay.
Did that Dan get married? Because, like, I don't think he was dating anybody the last time I checked.
Sporadic marriage.
Went to Vegas, got married, bam. Wow.
But yeah. So, but no, so he did have that addictive personality at the time.
Mm-hmm.
His wife's setting him straight now. That's okay.
Good on you.
But after a while, I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel I gotta stop. Right? I was like, I was not opposed to drinking before 5.
Right.
This was like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. So I told her, I said, hey, I was like, if you're gonna pour us shots, you're gonna have to order us some food,
Yeah.
or else we're not gonna be able to make it the rest of the night. And I was like, and I told Dan, because she went up to order us some food, and she goes, or I told Dan, I said, hey, it's like, you realize that once we start this, we can't stop, or we're going to feel like shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So literally, as we're going through the wedding,
Oh, my God.
we're serving, everything like that, Dan and I will come back right around like every hour to 45 minutes and secretly take a shot before we go back out on the floor. And so as the reception's going on, so if you guys don't know or not, I like to line dance.
Yes, he does.
And I like to teach people to line dance.
Yes, he does.
And this wedding happened to be a very outgoing party.
Okay.
And they kept asking us through the night, hey, why don't you guys go on the dance floor with us? We see you guys over there nodding your head and everything. Why don't you come dance with us? And it's against protocol to actually go out there and do it. Well,
okay.
After a bit, it was closer to the end of the night. Everyone's wondering where the heck I'm at. I'm out on the dance floor in the middle of it. They can't see me. And I'm out there doing a line dance with them.
Oh, man. Jesus.
Do like the Cupid shuffle or something like that. So it's not an actual line dance, but people can call it that.
You can.
It's fine. I mean, it's still instructions. So, but yeah, I ended up being out on the dance floor dancing, and the whole time they couldn't tell that I was drunk.
Yeah, you win. That's definitely 5 o'clock somewhere on that one.
And what's funny is that at the very end of the night, the groomsman's dad, he was the one that kind of helped set up everything or direct. And at the end of it, you know, he was very impressed with Dan and I and how we were able to get everything done. And he heard that we were the ones that set everything up. He went over to the bar and bought us a whole bottle of the Jack Daniels. And then he took a shot with us before he left.
Oh, my God.
So it was like, oh, my gosh.
So how many shots did you end up taking that night?
Let's see. I took 3 in the morning.
Cool.
And a couple Red Bulls because I started getting tired.
Right.
And then through the night, we had to take it like at least another 4 or 5, like through the night.
Oh, I mean, that's not too bad. That's spread out.
It was very spread out. So you kept a minimum buzz. So you're still feeling good.
Yeah.
You don't have the headache.
Right.
And it was good all the way through. I felt fine through it all.
And the next morning?
Next morning was not so good.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I kind of saw that one coming.
That's okay. We had so a couple of Dan's friends. One remedy they always have is, well, if you have a hangover, drink some alcohol. So the very next morning, we took shots.
I've seen that so much though recently. If you have a hangover, take alcohol. Like it's weird. The thing that causes the hangover is actually what helps get rid of it.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
Well, Bloody Marys.
True. With that being said, guys, that's all for this episode of Potty Mouth. That's our 5 o'clock somewhere stories.
Hey.
Let us know in the comments below what your 5 o'clock story is. But before we go, we have a random sponsor of the day. Our random sponsor is Popsicles. If you've ever hot, sweaty, running from a bear for 2 miles, don't you worry, because we got a fruity refreshment for you. It's frozen, it's chilled, it's icy, it's a popsicle. Popsicles are the best summer treat coming up on the hottest months of the year, and you don't want to miss out on these summer treats. So for more information about popsicles or to get your popsicle today, go to www.popsicle.com/info. Once again, that's www.popsicle.com/info.
And remember, you're not you when your mouth's not cold.
With that being said, that's all for this episode of Potty Mouth. Make sure to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, or watch it here on YouTube. If you're watching it here on YouTube, make sure to like this video so we can keep bringing you fun, silly, goofy content like this. That's all for this episode of Potty Mouth, and we will see you next time on the podcast.